Welcome back to Dale Gamers Custom Cars Anything. But anyway, I had a video that it wasn't charging. And so anyway, I went to work and tested this. It was, okay, let's see now. And I found what the problem was, but I'll get to that in a moment. Let's see, let's move this over here. Let's see if it starts. Alright. That to me is charging. So anyway, shut this off. I went to work and found out it was the external regulator. I was hoping, you know, you've been following me here long. I rebuilt that motor, got it all in there running. Runs like a watch, but it wasn't charging. And I was like, oh no. So then I open up the manual, of course. Open up the manual here on the computer. Probably won't show it, but anyway. It says in the manual, it said put it on ohms. The resistance should be 0.1 to 1.5. Okay. Right there. 0.1 to 1.5. Okay. So we took the multimeter here, put it on ohms. Okay. And then I had a test one here I'll use for an example. And you use not the colored wires, not these, but these right here are your generator wires. Okay. So then, guess I gotta set the phone down for a second. Here, let me pause. So anyway, I got this set up. So I'm using this stator that's out of my parts motor as an example. Okay. This part is basically would be your points in an old deal. You know, it tells it when to fire. So anyway, back to this again. It says 0.1, 1.5. No, I went back to the bike. No, picture if this was the bike. No. And then I measured I put it on ohms there. You see that? And then there's the screen, nice and dirty. And then I put 3 separate wires in here, so because I can't probe it because I got this style in. So anyway, I went to work and then I started probing the wires on the bike or on the. Now that registers 0.8, 0.7, okay. And it says there it's got to be at least 0.1 to 1.5 ohms. So that makes it that this stator's good. And on the bike, on the four-wheeler I should say, it did the same thing. You know. Oh, wire's loose there. There we go. Okay. See, that registers is 0.6 and 7. So that puts it right in the values between 0.1 to 1.5. Okay. So, and you can, now if this was on the bike, let's pull this out of here. We got a picture that, you know, obviously the stator's internally in the motor. So anyway, when I tested it, then yeah, those 3 on the black side, not the color side. This is the side here where my fingers are on it. You get a test. And yeah, so you can put the lead. I put the ground on this one, and then I tested this one, and I tested that one. Swapped everything around, tested it, and still came in those values. So I knew my stator was good on the inside the motor. So thank God I didn't have to take apart the motor, you know. So then I started snooping around, so I knew that was good. So the stator is good inside the motor. So if you ever got to test your stator, that's how you would do it. And then, so then I went back here in the manual again, and then I, let's see, I gotta scroll down here. Hang on, guys. So I went to the regulator and the rectifier. I started testing these values, okay? And on this chart it says like the negative test probe there can be on point A, and then this one, the positive on point A as well. You know, and then you move it over to point B, you know, and stuff, and I started testing that, and everything came up good, what it was saying here. That's just too much to explain right now. On that spare one that I had. Well, then I went back to the bike and I tested that one, and yeah, everything was all screwed up. So, because that's what it should be testing, you know, and stuff. So, yeah, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to test all the diodes in it to see if the diodes are working. So anyway, I took the parts one, you know, and I put the parts one on. This is the one I took off the four-wheeler that I rebuilt the motor on. So I took this one off, and I tipped it over, and in the back, sometimes you look for burn marks, and you can see it's a little rough. So she got hot, okay? And I felt it while it was running, it was hot. So anyway, I tested this one, and like I say, nothing happened. This thing's junk. So I put the parts one on there, you know, and right away, I had voltage 13.9 to 14.2, and then the average is about 13.8, and that's where it should be. It should be anywheres above like 13.6, 13.7. It should be above. Then you know it's charging, because the battery voltage should always be a little less. Then you know she's pushing it in there. You know, when you turn on the lights, then she pumps up a little bit, and that's right. So, needless to say, I didn't have to take apart the motor again. Thank God I didn't have to take it apart to get the stator out. You know, this is off my parts motor. So, but this is junk. This can be recycled. So, yeah. So anyway, you know, you can look back in the video how I tested these wires. And it's just basically, you know, you put it on ohm, you know, like that, you know. And when you look at this is just values, and what this means is that like 1.0 or 0.003 or 0.05 or whatever it might be. So usually I just put it on the first one, you know, because when you change it, let's see if I can do it here. No, it's not going to change it because I'm not testing nothing. But yeah, so, and it's these wires, not your colored ones, okay? So yeah, anyway, remember that stuff, and like I say, it's got to be between 0.1 to 1.5 ohms. So that should say something like 0.1 to 1.5. So when you're testing them wires, they're the black ones, and you can cross them any direction you want because you're testing for resistance. So, and if that's good, then you don't have to tear the motor apart, and that's what I'm saying. So, and if it's not that, well, it doesn't run through the CDI unit like some do, so then you can eliminate the CDI problem. It should be just this, or a connection, a bad wire, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be this, or your, well, they call it generator, but it's stator, whatever. So yeah, or alternator, or whatever you want to call the dang thing, I guess. Alternator would be alternating current, DC is direct current. But anyway, so I just wanted to let you guys know. So the bike is done. I'm going to change the front end fluid. front drive shaft. Can't even talk, guys. Front axle fluid and rear axle fluid. I'm going to check that yet, and then I'm going to put it together, and then I got a heck of a mess to clean up here. I got tools laying everywhere on this table, and I got to get that all cleaned up, and then parts laying all over. So yeah, so that's been the whole process. I'll take a video of me starting it up on the floor and driving it, and then we'll see how it goes. But have a good day, you guys. Please like and subscribe. And if I can save you some time, instead of tearing your motor apart to see if that's bad, that should help you guys. But take care and be cool, and thanks if you subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And then have a good time. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.